What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and talking about the new Legends cards added to College Football 25 today. We actually today got Legends on time, which I'm actually pretty excited about because they have been delayed time and time again. So basically, we're going to be going over all of these cards. We only got 3 new names. But each of those names has, 4 different cards? Obviously, they've got the Desmond, or I guess Tunsil and Holliman, I should say, have all 83 overalls. The LTD doesn't, so like Desmond Howard only is going to have the 1 card. But like these 2 cards are going to have multiple cards that we'll go through and talk about today. Desmond Howard, guys, I see 88 speed. Man, oh man, he is going to be absolutely elite. But we're going to start it off at the bottom, working our way to the top. And as we dive into it, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and I really do appreciate all the recent support. Gerod Holliman, strong safety here, 80 overall. I don't like him at 80 overall. I genuinely don't. 79 speed, decent zone coverage, decent. But if you're running this card, guys, I just don't know. There's better cards that you can get at that 80 overall tier than Holliman. He's just not a card I necessarily recommend. Tunsil at 80 overall isn't bad. Better pass blocker than run blocker. But again, I mean, their price difference between 80 overall and 81 overall is so minuscule that it's like, for me, just go get the 81 overalls. Now, still for Holliman, I don't love him at 81 overall. He's kind of a balanced, strong safety. I just wish he was a little bit faster. He's okay, but at 81 overall, he's, again, not a card I necessarily recommend. Now, a card I do kind of like at 81 overall is Tunsil. I mean, this card's going to be relatively cheap. A balanced left tackle. And again, if you can get this card for, I'm just going to say in this video, below like 10,000 coins, which I think you probably will be able to snipe him for, I don't mind him at all for that price. Then you get to the 82 overalls up next. Let's start with Holliman. This is at 82 overall, the first maybe strong safety card for Holliman that I don't mind. 81 speed, better man coverage, better man zone coverage. Again, these cards are going to just slightly get better as they go up. But here's what I'm talking about. 81 speed acceleration, 81 zone coverage. This is a card that can somewhat compete. Now you got 81 speed, gets a little bit better. This card's probably going to go for, I don't know, 15,000 coins. Is it worth that? I don't necessarily know. A card I do know is worth 15,000 coins is Tunsil. I mean, this card for 15,000 coins is going to be really good, especially if you like throwing the ball. He's more of a pass protector than he is a run blocker. So just kind of know what you do as far as your game plan is concerned. If you do pass the ball, again, for 15,000 coins, I don't mind Tunsil at all. Again, for 15,000 coins. I think you can do a lot worse. Then for 30,000 coins, you got Holliman here, 82 speed, 82 zone coverage, 82 acceleration, 80 hit power. He's fine. For 30,000 coins, I personally would probably recommend like a guy like Bo Freiler instead. Now, maybe that's me being biased for Bo Freiler. But like when you compare Holliman, okay, 82 speed, you got those things going for him. Then we'll compare some of the other strong safeties that we do have at that 83 overall. Because I think it's important, especially when we talk about these cards. And I'm doing this worth it video. Compare that Holliman card to some of the other strong safeties we have, because the strong safety position at this 83 overall right now is absolutely stacked, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't, elaborate on what I'm talking about. Like Bo Freiler is 32,000 coins. This card's got 83 speed, 83 hit power, 82. He's better than Holliman. I mean, he is. Side by side, you compare the 2 cards, Bo Freiler is better. So am I telling you today to go buy Bo Freiler? No. But if you are needing a strong safety, I can't in good conscience recommend you guys to go get Holliman when Bo Freiler's in the game. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense if I were to do that. So again, just something for you guys to think about is you got to compare these cards to some of the cards at their relative skill level. Let's do the same thing for Tunsil here, okay? 82 pass block, 82 strength, 80 run block. Decent at that 83 overall, gonna go for like 30,000 coins. Now let's compare him to some of the left tackles that we do have at that 83 overall tier for about the same price range. Because again, this is a worth it video, so we're gonna be talking about, are these cards worth you guys picking up? Again, most of the time, they're probably not going to be, but I don't mind this Tunsil card. I do want to see some of these other left tackles or just right tackles, either tackle position at this 83 overall. He's better than Pritchett, I believe. I'm just not a big fan of Pritchett at all. So Tunsil or Pritchett, Tunsil is better. The thing is, like, Jeremy Jones is a guy at the right tackle position that I really do like. When you're looking at Fathery, I mean, I'm a believer Fathery, as far as a pass blocker, is a little bit better. But Tunsil's right there with Fathery. I mean, again, if you can get him for like 30,000 coins, I don't mind Tunsil at all. Now, is he going to be, the best left tackle in the game? Anything like that? No. But he is going to be a guy that you can at least be able to trust on the field. That's going to be a-okay. Now let's talk about the 87 overalls of each of these cards. Holliman up first, 87 speed, 86 man coverage, 88 zone coverage. He is going to be one of your best coverage strong safeties in the entire game. 87 speed, 86 man, 88 zone. I mean, if you use your safeties to play a lot of coverage, this Holliman is an absolute stud. Now, is he worth 856,000 coins? Absolutely not. But if you do find a way to get Holliman, he is an absolute stud. Do I like him more than Derwin James? I do. As far as, especially for me, I play a lot of coverage with my strong safeties. I'm not in the box with them a lot. I mean, they do, have to play some run support. So I'm not saying it's totally worthless. But I do need my strong safeties to play good coverage. And Holliman's going to do exactly that. Problem right now is he's just way, way, way overpriced. Again, would not pay 800,000 for the card. But when he does get to 87 overall, he is an absolute stud. So don't think that I'm just sitting here hating. He's an absolute stud at 87 overall. Tunsil, 87 strength, 87 pass blocker. Thing about Tunsil is he's going to be a way better pass blocker than he is a run blocker. So, if you do like to throw the ball, Tunsil is going to be your best left tackle in the game. Is he better than Will Campbell? Absolutely. He is better than the 86 Will Campbell, and Tunsil might even be cheaper. So, you can get this card. I wouldn't overpay because there are tackles in the game right now that aren't super expensive. Even if, I want to talk about this for a second. I feel like offensive linemen are not super expensive right now. So when we do break down the 86, 87s, especially at the right tackle position, because there is a few more of them, they're not super expensive. Especially the right tackle we got the other day out of Northwestern. Again, just not super expensive. And he's absolutely elite. So wait for his price to settle, but even a guy like Slater here, he's 232,000 coins. These cards are not super expensive, and they're honestly going down in price. So don't pay an outrageous amount for Tunsil. Although I do love him, don't pay anything like 400,000 coins for the card. He is going to go down throughout today. He is a card I really do like. I think the card is absolutely incredible, but it's just one of those things. I can't tell you guys that he is worth obviously picking up for your squad. Then the last card we got today, Desmond Howard, 88 overall, 88 speed, 88 short route running, 87 mid, 80s, 85 deep. Great catch as well. Somebody commented on my YouTube video last night when I was breaking down these cards briefly. Desmond Howard's not 5'10". Ty, you don't know what you're talking about. He is 5'10". I'm telling you guys, he is 5'10", but he's got such great speed. He is the closest thing to Luther Burden that we have in this game right now. Now, is he as good as Luther Burden? No, Luther Burden is still the best wide receiver in the entire game, especially with that 80 or 90 catch. I mean, Luther Burden is just absolutely ridiculous. But Desmond Howard is nearly just as good. The thing about Luther Burden is he should not be 635,000 coins when Desmond Howard isn't, that expensive. So again, for this price, guys, I'd just go and get Luther Burden. You guys can say I'm crazy, but I'm genuinely serious. Luther Burden is better than Desmond Howard. So don't let, your eyes deceive you or, oh my gosh, I'd really rather have Desmond Howard. Like when they're side by side, Luther Burden is definitely better than Desmond Howard. So I don't have any problem if you want to pay like $450 for Desmond Howard or something, as long as it's cheaper than Luther Burden. But side by side, guys, Luther Burden is definitely better than Desmond Howard in college football ultimate team. So if I had to worth it, I would say Desmond Howard is absolutely not worth it. And if I did say somebody's worth it, I'm a fan of both of these 87s. I just think Holliman's going to be on the expensive side of things. But if he goes down in price, he is absolutely a stud. And right now, the most worth it card is this left tackle. I mean, it is crazy, but he is probably the most worth it card. I do think Holliman's going to go down in price, so I'm going to put him as a thumbs up on the thumbnail. But right now, just don't get Desmond Howard. That's my biggest piece of advice for each and every one of you guys. That's going to wrap it up for my video. You guys can let me know your thoughts on these new Legends cards down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're doing it. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.